had a little box delivered from Amazon. Now, I find these boxes to be immensely a pain in the arse, really, because they are no security to whatever you have. Now, if this was being sent by any other thing other than Amazon's own drivers, I would be worried about these boxes themselves. Because although the item's put inside and it's sealed down the end, you don't need to physically unseal this bit to open the box. You just get your finger and you pull out the end and you can get to the product. Just do that again. You reach in, you pull the side, you get to the product. These end bits should be technically glued or attached to each other once they did, because there's a box. It's now totally empty, but it doesn't actually look like you've actually opened it because the seal's still in place across there. So, coming via any other postal service, anyone could take out an item, and these do come in bigger sizes than this box. So, I don't really like this packaging. It is really not secure. If you've got two items, one of them could easily be taken out and you'd be left with one. So, end of box. Right, so what do we have? Boy, that was a little rant, wasn't it? Okay, what? Now, I bought this for my daughter because we need a little security, but not a lot of security. So I thought I would get a lock with a key. Now the thing comes is that she seems to be a little rough and ready, and I'm worried about snapping the key in the lock, and that has a whole pile of pain in the arse things. Now, back down, we have the little manual, as you see. So, as we know, and we'll start off with a simple thing. I'm probably not going to read that at all. What we have is a combination bike lock, but we're not going to use it on a bike. We're going to use it on our scooter that she takes to school. And the headmistress said that they all should be locked up, but next to hardly anybody actually locks it up. So I thought, well, let's get her into the thought of physically locking things up to at least slow down anyone who wants to steal them, because if anybody wants to steal anything, they will find a way, and we know that they will. Now, these locks have, this one has 5 numbers. And if I rotate that back to 0, like that, it opens. They're all sent with zeros as their start number. Of course, some people will just leave them on zeros because they can't work out how to change the numbers. But the number changing is really, really simple. So, this chain in here, you can feel the chain, and it has the fabric on it to cut down on scratching on whatever you're going to attach to it. So, on this side of the lock, that's where the end bit slides into. And then you rotate the thing, and that locks it. Now, to change the numbers on here, you just need to move the dial. Now, if it's set like all the rest of them, you only give it a quarter turn, which takes it from 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock. So as you look at it, it's straight up and down. You change it and you turn it so it's actually, when you're looking at it, it's pointing at 3 o'clock. Now you should be able to move the dials. They have to line up with this little notch, which is beside the zeros here. Very hard to see, but you can feel it with your finger. It's a raised bit that's on the lock itself. So we'll just be simple and we'll change the lock by just rotating the dials one at a time until they line up with the little mark, and then you have the number. I've put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once you've done that and you want to set that as your code, of course don't pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but you get the idea. Put whatever number you want, just don't put your date of birth, because that seems to be that it's a common PIN number, usage number that you do, is you use your date of birth. So once you're finished, you take it from this side back to vertical, and now that number should be set and it allows it to pass. Now we'll just move it, as you see, and we once again line up. Either you can put your finger on the bump and hold it like that, and now rotate the numbers around, and then of course it just slips off. So it helps if you can't see the little bump, just put your finger on the top and then you can just look along. You need to line them up pretty accurately. They need to be properly in a line to get the lock to open. Now the thing comes is that it is said that you can pick these quite easily. You can work out the combination. One way is you just start at zeros. So you set it, all the dials at 0. Since this is new, it's a little stiff. You start at 0 and you just work your way around the numbers, but that takes quite a bit of time. Now, as I said, I got this lock just because it was just something to put on a scooter that I just got her. Now, I'm just wondering what I'm doing. I'm trying to unlock the lock without physically looking at it. Now, I got a scooter and I wanted to be a bit more secure than what it is at school, because you know what people are like. But you can just work these things out. I don't like combination locks because you don't need any tools to get in them. This one is meant to be a level 9, so it's not supposed to be able to cut the chain which is in here, which you can feel through the thing. So I think I'll just leave the combination at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until I give it to her, and she can lock her scooter up tomorrow when I pick her up to take her to school. So she can at least use that, and she knows how to use one of these. But as I said, this is just a deterrent. It won't stop anyone who really wants to get anything. I got this off Amazon, I said. I ordered it last night about 5 o'clock. It just turned up, so it arrived the next day, and as I said, comes in a little bag, which is quite handy to put in. Thing comes is that once this material gets wet, putting the wet material in there isn't going to turn out very well, is it? But most people won't bother with the little bag. If you're putting it on the bike, they're not going to bother with that. But I would say that if you're going to put this on an expensive bike, have something else on the bike as well. You could use this for connecting your front wheel to the frame, but I wouldn't just rely on any combination lock to secure your bike, because it's amazing how many times I go out and see one of these locks just attached around the pole, and you're going, why didn't the owner take the lock with them? Or did someone just take the bike and reattach the lock back around the post? Because it doesn't take all that long to go through all the combinations, and if you're going away for ages, then your bike isn't going to be back there when you come back. So just a simple security thing. It isn't going to stop very much. It doesn't take long to put on, but then again, it doesn't take long to take off. So don't leave it for any excessive length of time, but it just stops anyone from just running up, grabbing and continuing their run. So it slows them down a bit. And anything that slows any thieves down is always a good idea. But I would say, if you're going to lock something up, try and find an area that is well walked and has lots of people around, because if anyone sees someone messing on with something, then they have at least some chance of telling them what the hell are you up to, and probably a better deterrent. The better thing than locks is just hire someone to look after whatever it is that's of value and pay them, because every single lock seems to be able to be either picked, broken, cut, or anything done to it. So, as I said, this lock was quite inexpensive. It was £13 or £12.99. That included its delivery, and that was next day. So, it isn't expensive, but something is better than nothing. And if you use nothing, then you'll be left with nothing, because whatever you want to keep, someone will bugger off with, like that. So, thank you for watching. This is just a quick review of that combination lock and showing you how to use it. So, until next time, catch you on the next video. Bye for now.